at the front of the house as well, but this is the west gable end. And these are your soffits. And that's your fascia board. You have a little frieze board up between the fascia board. And you have some little metal strips. And then you have your shingles. And those little metal strips right below the shingles, that's called edge flashing. Right now it's rake edge flashing, could be drip edge flashing. Well, this flashing where it's connected right here, I don't know if you can see it real well, but that's two separate pieces. And you're supposed to have a minimum of a 2-inch lap. Anytime you have, for example, we've got there's a seam right here, and you can see there's well over 2 inches of a lap underneath there. You're supposed to have a minimum of 2 inches of lap. And that just means we need to go on the roof. Call 911, Grampy's on the roof again. What have we got up here? Well, let's just take a look. The underlayment's over the drip edge flashing, which it should be. You see this right here? The rain gutter? It's supposed to be behind this metal right here. Oh, saved by the bell. Saved by the bell. Unknown. Good home, this is Bud. You get sales calls too? Okay, now we're up on the roof. And right here, this deflection like this. The technical word is sumping, but I use deflection if it's not too bad. I'd like to say that there's none. There's some on your neighbors, some on your other neighbors, some on mine. My house isn't for sale. You shouldn't have to live like me. But here we go. We're going to go up to the front of the house. And this is an old roof. This is an old roof. See how the granules are giving it up? I mean, that's how a roof ages. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. The granules protect the roof covering. It's going to be difficult to get insurance on roof covering that's over 14 years old. I'm not going to say that you can't, but all insurance is not the same. You know, you have replacement value insurance, and you have actual cash value. If you get cash value because this roof's over 14 years old, they're liable to tell you, I don't do insurance inspections. I got some hail damage over here on the furnace floor. See that? They're liable to tell you, oh, this roof's worth $2,000. You got a $3,000 deductible. And then you say, wow, they passed my roof. No, they just didn't pay for the damage. We're missing shingles here. Okay, this is the south slope. So there's trees growing up next to this house. And this roof. I think that's going to be good for your roof. I don't think it is. Your rain gutters are full of debris. Coming along the front of the house. There's the Bonnie cart. She always makes a cameo. Okay, moving on along. Now this house right here and over there has gable vents. And those were the only air vents this house used to have. Now we've installed these passive wind turbines. And you're probably getting some good out of it. It's probably going to help. But the code says you shouldn't mix ventilation systems. It's actually a code infraction. So, now just kind of heads up on that. In case you get a smart inspector, pretty good thinker. That's an impact mark. So far I haven't seen much, but you get an old roof like this, all the evidence could have washed away with the granules. We do have some torn or missing shingles. Let's not forget that. What does this look like up here? That's bird dookie. That's bird dookie. Nothing wrong with bird dookie. Makes it last longer. I don't know that. That's Uncle Bud talking. No extra charge for the boomer humor. You see these lines like this? When they go like that? See that? That's actually wind damage. See this? The wind had curled this shingle back one time. And I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but you see these diamonds? Kind of pretty. Kind of not pretty. That means that the granules are messing up. That's the fiberglass that's holding everything together, shining through, peeking through. It's like your seat of your pants is getting thin. We've got a skylight here. This is called a cricket. That's the real name for it. Some people call it a saddle. That diverts the water around. It's a good thing that we have it. But what we don't have here is when they replace this roof, is all this flashing is loose. All this flashing should have been better bent up into the chimney, into the brickwork, and sealed. So it's just all kind of loose. All that loose flashing, see that? It's not so good. Not so good. What else we got up here? Not a lot. We got some shingles that are uplifting in this valley. They weren't cut in very good. Some people call it a California valley. Yay! Anyway, see that? See why that trash is collecting in there? You think wind will blow that shingle up? You think water can get in there? I do. Satellite dishes should not be mounted directly to the roof covering. There's a bracket that they sell. I actually saw one time. And then about 10 years ago, I was in a class and they gave me a picture of one. So up until about earlier this year, all I had was the picture. So there'll be a picture in the inspection report. And the one that I did see earlier this year, the satellite dish wasn't even attached to it. It was just sitting there. I said, I know what you are. I got a picture of you. But most skylights satellite dishes that you ever run across, they'll be improperly attached to the ceiling like that, to the roof like that. This is your chimney crown, and this is your chimney cap. They look like they're in pretty decent shape. That's pretty good. At one time, that's what all this ugly metal stuff here. Okay, at one time there was a TV antenna attached to here. Don't get any big ideas. Just because that bracket's there doesn't mean you should use it. Do not hang a TV antenna. Do not put a satellite dish. Do not hang anything on your chimney. You're asking for it. Coming on along. It's the backyard. This is the way things are looking. Right here, these stains. That was before. See the different colors in the flashing? They added, when they did this roof however many years ago, 14 years ago, when they did this roof, they added the kick-out flashing to keep the water from doing that. But it was doing that before. It was doing that before. Coming along. This is corrugated. I think it's called R panels. For the garage. The carport, the attached carport. We got some hail damage on this. Now on this, it's not going to leak or anything. It's just, but you do know that you have it. If you got an insurance claim, you might have been able to get it replaced. I don't know. I don't do insurance inspections. And little sheds like that, that little portable shed, that's not a real estate improvement. We're not inspecting that today. I'd charge you $100 for it, and I don't believe you'd pay $100 to find out that that's just an old box. I really don't. So, okay. Well, look at here. Here's some sumping. Look at these nails coming out. That's pretty incredible. You think that'll leak? I do. Okay. This is where we started. If I can just get down from here safely, everything will be okay.